I
He
think it
learned
boils
how to
down to.
capitalize off that shit.
I
Where
think
the
Bub is
bully?
right. That was real. I think Bub is right. It must be the sangria. I actually agree with Q. I think she's absolutely right. Uh, Kanye is functioning, and people got to understand this about billionaires and the evil, dirty motherfuckers that run the world. These people function at a very high frequency, and they make sure that people beneath them, I guess that would be us, function at a low frequency, unless you know better and you know otherwise, right? So us low frequency managing running people down here eat up all that shit. I think Kanye is a fucking genius, not more so from an intellectual perspective. So I agree with Alex on that. More so a genius from a marketing perspective, like Buzz said, from a manipulation perspective, from a I really only give a shit about your money. He knows that irritating the Jews is problematic because they run and own every fucking industry damn near, right? But he's gonna do so scratching the surface. So all this shit is gonna eventually boil over and come fucking August or whatever, springtime, the new Yeezys is gonna be out. He's gonna put out another fucking fashion show. He already said Watch the Throne 2 is coming. So Jay is already on board, even though he was slighting Jay, he was slighting Puffy. Well, everybody should slight Puffy. But all of that shit, right? So it's just like we're triggered. He wears the White Lives Matter show. He doesn't give a fuck about white people. He's at war with Adidas. He's at war with the Gap. He deaded them motherfuckers, and now their sales drop like a motherfucker. So he knows his power, he knows his prowess, all of that shit, right? Most of his decisions are terrible. Otherwise, he married a whore and got 4 kids out of that. Like this nigga is not always on point, right? But for some reason, we get triggered by it. Like when that first shit came out, I posted on my IG of just like you niggas get selectively angry about certain shit. Kanye has been fucking with y'all for 20 plus years. Every move that he comes out with that's some bullshit, I just start laughing. I'm like, this nigga is a genius. And again, I'm not talking about intellect. I'm talking about triggering you motherfuckers so y'all can start getting irritated. And for some reason, y'all forget quickly. And you know what, man? Fuck that nigga. 2 weeks later, you know what? Let me get this nigga $800 of my money for a wristband.
But is that really a genius move though?
It absolutely is. If it's moving
Yes.
a billion motherfuckers to
But
buy.
isn't that what other artists do whenever
No,
they're about to
not as
push?
effectively. No,
Not at the level that
I
Kanye
not
mean,
as
is.
well,
effectively.
maybe not at the level, but it's maybe he okay, I don't know. But it's not to me, it's nothing special about his tactics because that's like a thing now. You cause controversy. Now, is it like a step up because he taps into our hurt and our feelings, on that level, yeah, but would I call that genius? I wouldn't call that genius.
We'll
I
call it what you
absolutely
want
would.
with
If it's
it.
triggering
White
everyone,
people do it all the time. If he's a genius, then white people are a genius for triggering us
But it's
all the
like Eddie
time.
was saying, not genius in the sense of like intellectual. Like Kanye is the most genius person on this earth. He should create like a new rocket for the world. Like not like that, but like genius in the path of marketing that he's doing this. And I mean, there's nobody else fucking with that at that level. Think
There's
about
nobody
all the
else
money that
willing that has enough courage to go to the extent that he
he
goes.
got a plan. He got a plan. And if you ain't got a plan, you ain't
The
got a dollar.
Kardashians been doing this shit for 20 years too.
No,
I salute them.
we're
If you
talking.
can stay, if you can stay on TV for 20 years with no talent at
But
all,
but
Bro,
and you
so
the
want to filter,
Kardashians aren't saying
I
George Bush
salute you.
doesn't like black people. That's not.
Outside of that,
It takes courage to come out and say stuff like that.
but it's
outside of that,
within.
they
but
changed
it
the way our women look. This past 20 years, they fucked women up completely. They changed the game
and you can't
completely.
and you
Call me
can't
a liar.
discount what Eddie said. When Eddie said, then he made a poor choice of shooting up the club and marrying Kim Kardashian. We don't know if him just being in that family and being in that circle of those intimate
Fucked them up.
conversations that nobody else gets access to was a part of some brilliant shit that he's gonna pull
They feed
15
off
years
of
from
each
now.
other.
We don't know that.
They feed off of each other.
But
That's why I
he
said
thinks
earlier,
outside the box.
there's no such thing as bad publicity. If you're literally picking up your phone, you're calling paparazzi to say, listen, come watch me take a shit real quick.
That's actively happening. We don't
Come
know
on
if
now.
that whole Pete Davidson shit even happened. We know all of that shit was scripted. If they scripted a whole sex tape and that mother pimped out her daughter the way she did, these motherfuckers are capable of anything. All
And
we
that's
know is
why
that
I
we're
Exactly.
think that
watching the show.
Kanye
That nigga
gravitated towards
Kanye probably
marrying
got his
somebody.
meat inside of Kim Kardashian mouth right now for all we know.
Exactly,
But
Eddie.
again, we're being fed low
Exactly.
frequency shit. Like Pete Davidson is an active heroin addict. I don't really think Kim Kardashian would allow this motherfucker around the kids. And then he talk about tattooing the kids' names on his body. Like that shit is wild.
So you think it's all an act, Eddie? You think it's all marketing?
Absolutely. I studied communications in undergrad, man. All of this shit is scripted. All of this shit is scripted. I'm not surprised by the shit because I understand propaganda. So when you look at this shit, if you have any type of emotional reaction, they already got your ass. They already got your ass.
And you know what it
Communications
is,
is
Eddie?
ranked as the top 5 worst degrees to get. Just
I
FYI.
hear you.
You know what it is, Eddie? The fact that you agree with me is not because of the sangria. It's because you're actually listening. And I think that's how you understand Kanye the way that you do. Like, let me land. I think that's the reason you shout out to Boo Capone actually, because that's his statement. Let me land. He's a comedian.
Yeah, I
But
fuck with
I
you.
think that's why you understand Kanye the way that you do. Because if you listen to him over the years, he drops little nuggets. Like if you're actually actively listening to him. And so for those people who say, "Oh, he's brilliant, he's genius in this," they understand that marketing side that Eddie's speaking to. You could not have studied what Eddie has studied and still get that if you actively listen to a lot of the shit that he says. But people
Yeah,
listen
Q,
on
but
the
you could
surface
choose
level.
not to listen though. You could choose not to listen and feed into the bullshit. You don't have to respond to everything that he says or does.
But
You can
okay,
just opt out, right?
then you
Right?
wouldn't be privy if you're not actively listening. Huh?
Right. Now that's real. I listen to all the bullshit. I pay attention. I listen to Fox News. I'll listen to the niggas on BET. I listen to everything to get the message, right? There's something always in between the lines. And that's something that unfortunately a lot of black folks don't have that level of critical analysis and don't take their time. And yes, communications may be a bullshit degree for the most part, but I don't know. I think I'm profoundly smarter than most people with advanced degrees from Harvard and all these other places. I've debated those niggas and destroyed them, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, I
Effective
think
communication, yeah. More listening than speaking. You
Right.
yeah.
understand it?
Intelligence, I think is innate, right? I don't think you learn to be intelligent. I think you can learn stuff like in terms of being smart, but some people can't comprehend or regurgitate what they hear, articulate. So
They're high functioning idiots in very high positions.
yeah.
Mhm.
hmm Let me, Mary. Are you? Yeah. I mean, you didn't. Well, you and Isha, only 2 people in the fucking world that didn't watch the interview.
But
So
why did you watch it? We just talked about how stupid Kanye is. Why did you watch the interview?
who? I didn't say he's stupid.
Or we just bashed him. We bashed Kanye
Didn't they
like
just say active
he's dumb.
listening?
But I said before, like everything that he does has a ulterior motive to it. So it's just like it's a reason why he's doing what he's doing. So
Okay.
we just ain't find out yet. So
Okay. So you agree with
Mary, you
Eddie?
sleepy or those eyelashes heavy?
Hey,
definitely the wine.
hey, Eddie. I'm the only person that can talk about her eyelashes, man.
Right.
God damn it.
Get him,
Say
man.
we got you in that corner. You straight? Q, you watching them?
Hey
You all
man,
right?
hey, listen, I'm good to go,
Good.
man. We got the new FiOS in here, man. Right now, we do.
Okay. Hey, the vials is real. So, all right, let me go around. Let me ask a question. Simple question. I'm gonna let it scroll then, right? Because we kind of uncovered this. So, is Kanye a genius, Adrian?
No.
No. Bub,
Yes.
Chef Eddie,
Absolutely.
Big Set,
Without a doubt, unfortunately.
Ken,
No.
Alex,
Absolutely not.
Q,
Of course he is.
Aisha.
I believe so.
Mary?
The man know what he doing.
Yeah, I think manipulation. Have you guys ever heard of Machiavelli?
Yeah.
He faked his death. If you read The Prince, so manipulation, I think, is hard to do to that many people. To Eddie's point, Eddie, can you clarify the frequency thing though?
Man,
Oh
don't
shit!
get too deep into
Nah, because I know you long-winded. Fuck, I shouldn't. Let me think.
it was gonna keep it short.
Nah, you don't know how to do that.
Nah, you gotta give him the chance here.
All right. Come on, Eddie. I believe in you. I believe you.
We technically run at a particular frequency, man. There's a particular level of hertz that humans are supposed to run at. Because of programming, TV, cell phone, satellites, all of that, and the people who run it, they make sure to keep us at a certain frequency. That frequency is profoundly low, right? So the level of thinking is low. So you get triggered by shit that you see in the trash room, aka the shade room, or spiritual world, or all these other pages, and you're always focused on dumb shit. Whereas you could elevate higher, as Bub had been saying all night, if you ignore that shit. But most people won't ignore it to be able to enter into a higher frequency. There you go. I kept it short.
Subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. We out.